How's it going, everybody? This is Siri here, and with me today, I have ValleyFlyin, and we are going to discuss the G20 that's currently in game, the overpowered function that's come into the game that I believe is live right now, and then from there, we're going to determine what our plans are for Professor Xavier, what we're doing with the X coins and everything. How are you doing, Valley?
I'm good. How are you, brother? It's been a while.
It has. It's been, I
People
think,
were
about a
saying we
month.
had beef. We got to dispel the rumors, brother.
Nah, so basically I put out a little wrestling promo before the tournament yesterday just to have a little bit of fun that ZKG was asking us to do. So it was a lot of fun though. How did you do in that tournament? Did you have fun?
I didn't have last place, so I did well. I did well.
Yeah. that definitely
I wasn't
helps.
second to last either. So it was good.
That's good. Yeah, so as far as the Professor Xavier unlock and the overpowered
Yes.
function that's currently in the game,
Yes.
how is that determining your Professor Xavier saga planning? Is that going to kind of sidestep you a little bit? Are you going to do any characters out of order?
Nope. I'm going to do it. Well, there's a few ways to build for Dark. I keep calling it Dark Dimension. It's Professor X Saga, but it kind of functions like a Dark Dimension. There's a few ways to build for that, right? Build the characters that are going to give you value after that game mode is done, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Building characters that give me value right now. Then you could just build the cheapest characters, getting there right away, which may or may not be great in that Professor X Saga. And then there's the one that's actually going to be good in the Professor X Saga, and it's going to be the most efficient. That's the way you should do it if you want Professor X as quick as possible. I'm doing it. I'm just building up characters right now that are good, and hopefully that doesn't screw me down the road for Professor X. So
Yeah,
I don't think
sure.
the overpowered system. I don't think the overpowered system is going to affect that in one way or the other, though.
Yeah, so right now, there's going to be the 4 bosses. So there's going to be that Nimrod boss to where you can take any characters at G19. If you're endgame player, you should be able to do those 3 or 4 nodes because the boss node, that should be no issue. Right.
You should do missions for the hards, the 5 heroics, and the 5 extremes. Maybe not all on day 1, but you should be able to enter that right on day 1 and then, make your way through that on the first day. And if you want to spend cores to hard, you go through it hard, then you can as well.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's like we're supposed to get the 3 stars, but we don't have any info on top of that as far as do we need to one-shot these nodes? Are we going to be able to kind of like do multiple hits? Like maybe on the boss node, maybe that one's going to be a multiple hit type of node. We have no information as far as that goes. But the next section is going to be the city section. I don't know about you, but I'm looking at Blade and Oath, which are 2 mystic characters right now. And then from there, I'm kind of torn where I want to go on that. I know the data mines portion of that said to take recommended for the vigilante team, which
it's in game. It's in game. I don't know if you saw it. It's in game. If
you
go to the Professor Saga in event section, yeah.
Oh, so let me go ahead.
If you have the game pulled up. Yeah, we could pull that up. All the official. If you go to that event section there, Professor X, the eye on top, not there, not the go, eye on top. There's the recommendations right there. So city, you got the vigilantes there. So the hit monkey. What are the other ones? The new Daredevil, and
Silver Sable.
Silver Sable. Those are the ones with the updated stats. The only ones with updated stats right now are Blade and Oath. The Spider Society, which was good, they have the outdated stats. So that could be good. But yeah, the Vigilantes probably will be the best because they have the newest stats.
Yeah, they just feel kind of dirty because it looks like we need to have the full team to get like the full capability of the team, which we're not going to be able to use in here. So that's why it's like, do I want to take them? I think I do. So here's really torn about that one.
They're raid team. You're gonna build them up anyway. So if you have to also build them up for Dark Dimension, get that gear on them, I don't see that as a major problem. Maybe in the beginning, while there's a shortage of gear tier 20, but eventually you're gonna be taking them up if they're serious raid players. So you're gonna build them.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, as far as the X coins in here, so I've been looking mainly to farm the Mystic and the Mutant gear, because those are the 2 things I'm very high on. I currently have about 762,000, so I can get about... I can get about 60 more pieces that we could end up kind of farming for there. Now, if I end up going, we actually had a data mine from Quick Draw where he mentions in here there's going to be a Liberty Tower, Cosmic Crucible with Starjammers, And on here, earn fantastic rewards included Howard Shards and X coins. So we're going to be getting more X coins. They're being very generous with these X coins that we could end up getting. So the big question is, I think I'm going to have to start purchasing all of the top row in here to be able to burn through my currency instead of doing my focus farm on there. How are you approaching the X coin store?
I don't know who I'm going to upgrade, so I'm just buying everything right now. I don't
Buying
know what
everything?
I'm going to need, so I'm just buying everything. I'm just buying the whole top row. I haven't ran out yet. I don't have as much S coins as you, so I will run out if I keep doing that. I don't have as much surplus as you, but hopefully with these next events coming, we get more of this stuff. And I do like this as a release method because previously with this, we had to buy with this gold. You know, it was in the North supply section. That was the first time there. I like that we get to use this X coins currency and not have to deplete our, man, you got a lot of gold too, dude. Jeez.
I do, but I don't because we have Noel coming out, so I got to take him up, and then the new characters. It's the T4s I'm starting to get low on. So, but yeah, with the new raids, that should be coming out, I believe, March 27th. And there's these Armory 20 orbs, which look like the left pillar. We're going to be able to get one piece of a side for each of the origin traits. The right side is going to have one as well, and then the middle pillar has 2 drops of pretty much anything in here. So hopefully we can start getting some extra pieces by doing those raids when they end up coming out.
Well, we are going to get. It's just how much are we going to get? How many orbs are we going to get per day from the new raid? Hopefully it's a lot. I don't know. They might keep it really minimal in the beginning to get that exclusivity and then open up later. But I'm hoping that hoping is very generous. I want to get Professor X just as much as everybody else.
Yeah, and I think with the way that the Odin release ended up coming out, they were very generous as far as getting the purple ISO to be able to get him unlocked. When
to endgame alliances, to endgame alliances that really pushed. Yeah, they were pretty generous with that.
Yeah, I was rank 452 when Odin came out, so I was actually fairly early in my state where I wanted to be. So I got the top 500, which was kind of my goal. I don't know what my goal is for this one because I need to know more as far as like what the release order is going to end up being. The big question I want you to sell me on though is as far as my versus tab, I end up putting a bunch of characters I'm looking to do in here. So I have Blade and Oath for the city section currently. If I end up going to the global,
you did the middle piece for all of you. You did the middle piece for a lot of them.
For a lot of them, I did Blade, Oath, Kahori, Odin, Mephisto, and Shadow King, Omega Red. I haven't, and Lilandra, because we got to take Lilandra anyway. So I'm like, well, I might as well throw it on her. For the city section, I've Blade Oath. I'm looking probably at the 3 new members for the Vigilante team. I think that's gonna
just Blade and Oath. The rest of the characters aren't here yet. At this point, it makes no sense to go Spider Society. You got global and versus. You got to remove one of those tags.
Yeah. So
are you looking for all those?
For the global hero, I'm definitely looking at Old Man Logan. Yeah. For global hero,
he's a no-brainer. They're recommending him as well.
Yeah. And I would have done his middle piece. It doesn't look as impactful, like where it's the 600,000 health and everything. So I didn't throw that on there yet. Phoenix, I don't know if I want to take her because if we have to get those 3 stars, meaning we have to one-shot the nodes, that could end up being a detriment to us. I'm holding off on Phoenix personally. The other members,
they're not recommending Phoenix. They're not recommending her.
Yeah, the recommended for global hero was, let me see who it was, because I have an idea of what's going to end up happening here. And global hero is Liberty, Old Man Logan, Jean Grey.
So the 3 new Liberties and Old Man Logan, Jean Grey is what they're recommending. No Hercules, no Falcon, none of the reworks, just the big ones.
So my thought process is the Thunderbolts movie is coming out like May 2nd or something like that, or May 4th. It's very early in May. I think by the time I reach that section, the movie might be out, which means I might be able to use the 3 Thunderbolts that's coming out. Because
depends how hard it is.
Yeah, and we ended up doing the poll to where it was Victoria Hand, which she's a hero character, I believe, because she worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. There's going to be Songbird and Hyperion. Those are my guesses. we'll see if that ends up happening, but I might end up holding off till we get closer to that release and see if they end up actually being in that section.
Yeah, I think for global, you just wait. You just wait. Don't
Yeah.
upgrade Old Man Logan. Don't upgrade Jean Grey. Don't upgrade Liberty. Just wait till you're right in that section. Hold all that gear, and then when you're right at that section, which may be 3 months from release and maybe a few weeks from release, just wait.
Yeah.
And then when you're in that section, then upgrade the characters.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan. Wait and see until I get closer to that section, and then kind of determine what's the best thing for me, because we have 25 days until this event ends up starting, and then maybe about a week or so until Thunderbolt's movie comes out, and then from there kind of determine my route of play for that. For global villain, this one here, I know it's set to do Orcus, but my issue with that is they're all tech. So I was currently looking to do Agatha, who's a mystic character, Omega Red Phoenix Force because he's really good, Apocalypse, Lady Deathstrike, and then the fifth is kind of a rotating piece. It might end up being Taskmaster, it might end up being Nimrod or Mega Sentinel. I'm still trying to determine what I'm using here. What's your take as far as the global villain?
This one I'm not sure if I know Apocalypse. After that, someone with I know it's going to be someone with the updated stats, so it could be some of these characters, could be the recommended Orcus, could be some of the newer characters not even out yet, but it has to be someone with newer stats because anybody older is going to get smashed. But other than Apocalypse, I haven't decided on this yet.
And his origin piece right here, the main one, that's not very impactful. 50,000 health. It's like, I'll hold off on that just in case. So
he's an older character. He doesn't have the updated stats.
He definitely is. Next up, we have the Cosmic section. And what I'm looking to do here, I have a lot of characters saved. Mephisto, I have Super Skrull, I have the 3-piece for the Annihilators. Shadow King.
Not recommending Super Skrull, though.
Yeah, Shadow King
does have updated stats. Annihilators have updated stats. Null does. Mephisto does. I would limit it to those. I wouldn't go with Super Skrull at this point. He's kind of out of the meta. Doesn't have the upgraded stats also.
Yeah, and he's bio, which Gore is as well. So I could probably get more value out of Gore because I actually use him in Arena currently because of shutting down the assist for Odin's. That's kind of what he's there for. The global hero. So this is the big thing for me.
This is your favorite. You've been talking about this since before we started recording.
I did. So what I'm looking at is Odin, Kahori, possibly Invisible Woman because she's bio, and I'm very heavy in the Mystic and the Mutant pieces. Ms. Marvel Classic is bio, and she's a great pair with Kahori, and then Lilandra. Now, the issue is Odin is pretty much in that last section, and we're going to have to be facing the Dark Xavier. So it's going to be a while before I can actually use him in the Professor Xavier saga. Is it worth upgrading him right now, or should I save for Blade and Oath? So sell me on that.
I don't know if I can sell you on it because it depends on what your priorities are in the game. For me, my priorities right now, I have no idea how long it's going to take for Odin to get to that section. I don't know if I'm going to need other Mystic characters before. I guess I will win Blade and Oath and those characters, but I don't know. I want my 25 days is a long time. Things could change. That's a long time trying to stay in Arena when I'm assuming a lot of people in the Shard are going to have upgraded Odins. I want my Odin as big as possible. So I upgraded Odin right now. I don't know if I can sell you on that. I don't know if that's the recommendation for everybody because your valuation of Professor X may be a lot higher than me, and it could be holding you back from Professor X. But for me, I thought right now, I want the benefit in Arena. I want the benefit in Crucible. I want the benefit in War. Wherever I'm using Odin, I'm building them up. So Odin, I'm building them up. Probably Apocalypse as well. Probably Mephisto. And the rest of that, I'm probably going to do in order. That's probably what I'm going to do. I don't know. Does that change any of what you want to do? I know you wanted me to sell you on it, but I don't know if I can. It depends on what you want to do.
It's definitely player base as far as like what your priorities are. I definitely agree. Being able to get these power cores and kind of stay in that top function. Overpower looks like it's not totally live yet because we don't have the icon right here. It's still saying locked on here.
It's the update is live, and it's going to drop sometime in this update. But it's not live yet, and probably won't be for a little while, for a few weeks at least. And I'm assuming.
currently I have
Don't do that one.
129.
Don't do that one.
Oh no! So
if you're gonna do one, do the bottom one. Don't do the top one.
oh no, it's either all or nothing for me. But I have
I did the middle and the bottom. That's it. I don't
middle and bottom.
I didn't have as many. I didn't rank as high in this one as you, so I could only do one or the other.
So that's 3,000 health, 20.
That's
that one. The health and damage. Yeah. But I have 130 of the sigils, 129 of the geodes, so I can do the full thing.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
So being able to stay
now, the next 25 days giving you benefit or potentially giving you a head start in 25 days, it's up to you. I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer. It just depends on what your goals are. So do it or not. But if you're gonna do it, might as well do it right now. Get the benefit right now. Don't wait for like 7 days in to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm thinking I might end up doing it now because we have the arena, which by getting him to that G19, as we took a look, I think I only saw a mobile gamer that had him at the G20 spot on here. So I got
a couple pieces. I don't get the whole thing.
Yes, like this person, so 1.587 right there, 1.639. So this person did a few more pieces as well, plus Raider. So it's going to help me stay in the top portion, especially with the overpowered Cosmic Crucible. Let's go ahead and do it.
Staying in there, I think you should do it. Yeah, if that's important to you, you should do it.
All right, let's take a look. We'll see
what happens with Professor X Saga. This may be helping you or hurting you for that, but this will definitely help you in arena.
So he's now at 17 million health.
Beefy,
597.
beefy.
That's a pretty good armor as well. So, all right, big boy.
Maybe I should have swayed you away from it because we are in the same arena shard.
So
I think that's a good move for you. That's a good move for you. Maybe not for me, but that's a good move for you, I think.
Yeah, I think also because of how far out this is, 25 days. I think I can make up the Mystic gear pieces because going through each of those sections, the only other Mystic I have until I get to the Cosmic portion was Agatha, Blade, and Oath. So those 3 pieces right there. So I think I can try to make up the gear for the city. Then I might need to pivot on Agatha. So I think that's why I end up kind of swaying myself into that as well. The Cosmic Crucible benefits, the arena, the overpowered function, I think it's going to be very huge for Odin. That was kind of what I went with. So it's definitely not for everybody. So do what's best for you guys. But we're about to do the
resource management game. How you manage your resources is totally up to you.
It is, but we're about to do the news video with Valley. Make sure to check that portion out, and we're gonna
talk about everything. We're gonna talk about everything there.
We are, and hopefully I didn't make a mistake by doing the Odin, but I think that's the right choice for me. So
you could always open up your wallet to counter that mistake if it's too much of a mistake, brother.
That's an expensive mistake.
Maybe depends when you try to buy it.
Yep, but if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day.